DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation is about buying time. What does buying time mean? I mean, some of you may have heard the phrase buying time, and I'm talking about doing it literally. You may be wondering how exactly can you buy time? We all have this hard limit, and this is the great equalizer that all human beings have. So you ever heard anybody talk about productivity or success or effectiveness? They probably at some point bring this up in some way. They say, well, everybody has 24 hours in a day, right? So the most successful person you know has 24 hours in a day. The person who's doing nothing, has nothing going on, they have 24 hours in a day, and you have 24 hours in a day. So how exactly can you buy time? Because no way, no person in human history has ever had a 25-hour day. There's no such thing. You get 24 hours. So what does buying time mean? Buying time, I mean this in a metaphorical way, but it also applies literally the same way. In that, the simple concept is you're going to use your resources, your non-time resources, such as money, for example, to pay for things that allow you to achieve outcomes faster than you would achieve them if you did it without paying for things. So let me give you a simple example. Let's say, for example, you wanted to learn how to swim. You want to learn how to swim. You don't know how to swim. Nobody ever taught you how to swim. Now, you got two choices. Let's just say you had two choices. You could, A, go to a swimming pool. Let's say there's a swimming pool where you live. You go to the pool every day. You can watch some videos on YouTube and get some online tutorials, and you can just go flail around in the water and try to figure it out on your own. And eventually you might figure it out. Let's say maybe it might take you 3 months to figure out how to swim. After 3 months, you can swim from one end of the pool to the other end and back without stopping, and you can do it comfortably and you feel good doing it. It took you 3 months to figure that out. Now, here's what you could do alternatively. Option B is you can go look up and find a swimming instructor who lives in your neighborhood, hire them, and they will have you swimming from one end of the pool to the other and back smoothly in 3 weeks. So instead of taking you 3 months, it took you 3 weeks. So what's the difference there? The difference in time is, let's say 3 months is, let's call that 12 weeks. So you, with the swimming instructor, you did it in 3 weeks. So you just saved 9 weeks. What did you buy? What you bought was 9 weeks of time with the money that you paid the swimming instructor. Does that make sense? So whatever you paid the swim instructor, let's say you paid the swim instructor $500 or $1,000 or whatever amount of money that you paid him, doesn't matter. The amount that you paid the swim instructor is the time that you purchased. So the question you should ask yourself is not, should I spend X number of dollars on a swimming instructor? Because that's not really what you're paying for. You're not paying for the swimming instruction because you're going to learn how to swim one way or another, right? Hopefully you don't drown in there trying to learn how to swim. You did it by yourself. What you're paying for is the time that you save. So if it would take you 3 months to do it on your own, let's say 12 weeks to do it on your own, but you hire the instructor and it takes you 3 weeks, what you're paying for is 9 weeks of time. So is 9 weeks of your time worth $1,000? That if you just break that down, you can just do the math on that. All right, how much is your time actually worth? And if you do the math on that, it sounds like a pretty good deal. That's something that I would do if I was thinking about that deal. And in the business world, you hire coaches, you sign up for courses, you buy books, you go to events, you join masterminds. The reason that we do this is not because we're paying for the information or the access or the people. That's what you're getting, but that's not the main thing that you're paying for. The main thing that you're paying for is the time that you save. And the time that we have, all of us, is our most valuable resource simply because it's the only one that is not unlimited. You can make more money and the money can be gone. You can lose money and make money. Energy, attention, focus. Those things can go down, they can go up. You can have little of it, you can have a whole lot of it. Time is the only one that's a constant. You never have a little bit of time or a lot of time. You got a constant, it's constantly going at the exact same pace at all times, and is the only one, unlike money, for example, that you can't see how much you got left. All right, money, you can check your bank account and see how much you got. You can check your credit cards account and see how much available credit's on there. You know what your balance is at all times, as long as you check it. Time, you don't know what your balance is. How much time you got left in life? You don't know. Nobody knows. All right. So that's the reason why time is such a valuable thing. So you should always, anytime you have the opportunity and the ability, buy time. Achieve your outcomes faster by using your money to purchase access to things, people, information, etc., tools that will help you achieve certain outcomes faster than you would do it without the tool. I'll give you one more example. I bought, any of you males especially, when you have furniture at home, right? And you get the furniture that you order online, or it comes from Amazon or IKEA or something like that, and you got to put it together. I bought, you know, it gives you that little L-shaped little wrench that you got to screw in all the screws with, and that thing, it takes forever to do things with that because it's so small and you got to screw it in with your hands. I bought this power drill on Amazon for like $35 like 2 years ago. And that power drill saves me a ton of time anytime I had to build these this furniture and stuff that I get at home. Why? Because instead of it taking me an hour to put it together, because I got to screw in every screw with my hand, with the power drill, screwing in those screws takes much less time, so I can get the whole thing built in 20 minutes. So every time I'm building something, let's say it's saving me 40 minutes, it's 40 minutes of my time multiplied by, let's say, 10 things that I had to put together. And I got a child, putting things together for him and stuff like that, is 40 minutes of my time multiplied all these times worth the $35 investment of buying that tool. You see how the tool actually pays for itself, because it's all about you knowing the value of your time. So this is what it comes down to. The crux of this whole point here, folks, is you got to know how much your time is worth. Like literally, how much is your time worth? Based on how much money you earn in a year, or how much money you want to earn in a year. You should probably do both of these calculations. How much you earn in a year, how much you want to earn in a year. How much would your time need to be worth, assuming that you have an 8-hour workday, and keeping in the realistic fact that none of us is productive for 8 hours every day. Nobody's productive 8 hours every day, even though you may be getting paid for 8 hours a day, or you are quote unquote at work. Nobody's working 8 hours a day, not productive work. Let's just say half of that, maybe 3 of those 8 hours, you're actually productive. Then calculate it based on that number. How much does your time actually need to be worth, or how much is your time is it actually worth? This will help you make logical, objective decisions about where you should invest money, where you should not. Does it make sense? Does it not? So you have a black and white way of measuring it. So you can use that one right there. I just gave you that one for free. So with all that said, folks, make sure you text me so you're in my text community when I'm sending out my motivation text. I haven't decided exactly how often we're going to do it. Might be every Monday, might be more frequent. We don't know yet, but I will be sending out those motivation texts. So text me at my number, 305-384-6894. You'll be getting that text as often as we send it, whenever it's going to be. And you can also always text me at any time. I do read messages. I do reply to messages. So make sure you text me. Secondly, Work on Your Game University. That is where I do all my coaching. That's where I do all my high-level frameworks, trainings, and courses. Any coaching I do is happening in the university. So go to workonyourgameuniversity.com, and you can see what your options are for getting involved with us there. Make sure you do all the YouTube stuff here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, share the video, leave a comment. Let me know what's the best action step you took based on what you heard here today. Have a great day. Work on your game. Dre, all